Hey everybody, this is Modern Refugee. I wanted to take a few minutes to discuss a topic with you guys, and basically what that is martial law. And I guess I'll start out by giving you a definition of what martial law is. And a lot of preppers will talk about a martial law scenario, and what martial law is martial law is where a military force takes over duties that would normally be carried out by civilians. Like law enforcement would be subject to whatever military group would be in that area. That's basically, in a nutshell, what martial law is. And because we are going into the presidential election here, and I feel that there is a fairly good chance there's going to be some type of civil unrest or civil disruptions during this process this time around for a lot of different reasons. And I think, in my own personal opinion here, I believe that we could see something like that, some type of enhanced governmental, how do I want to put it? Enhanced governmental authority. Let's say it like that. That the chance of something like that is probably more likely now than it ever has been, and kind of discuss some of the things that I have read over the years, and some things when there has been those type of situations in other places. And the first thing is the curtailment of movement. We sort of seen that during the pandemic, when essential workers had their little piece of paper that said that they were essential and that they had to get through or whatever. That was basically the first step of having checkpoints, where somebody would come up and say, "Pay us, please," and that type of thing. I can see where the curtailment of movement would be used to basically control the masses. Now, if you're in larger urban areas, large intersections, large limited access highways, freeway interchanges, these type of places, if they're controlled by, let's say, checkpoints or something, you can control a lot of what's in an area, who moves into an area, who moves out of an area. And that whole curtailment of movement, I think, has been proven through recent natural disasters. And if there would be any disruptions in fuel, that is something too that I think that is extremely possible, because we have had cyber attacks that have basically shut down the fuel. I'm thinking back to, the spring of 2021, when that pipeline was shut down through cyber, and it curtailed fuel out on the East Coast. Things can compound. There can be a compounding effect with there could be some type of civil unrest going on, and then bad actors will take that as an opportunity to throw a few more monkey wrenches into it, like some type of cyber attack that would maybe shut down fuel distribution. You can see how one thing leads into another. And another thing with fuel, and I'm also going to talk about ammunition, firearms, that kind of thing. During the riots in Detroit in the 1960s, those were two things that were basically shut down. You couldn't purchase fuel, and you couldn't purchase any type of firearms or ammunition because of the civil unrest that was going on. Another thing is if there's a lot of civil unrest in an area, if there's problems in an area, the chances of supplies getting into that area, so just your normal everyday supply chain, trucks going to grocery stores, deliveries to pharmacies, deliveries to hospitals, these type of things, these could be curtailed just because of the civil unrest that is in that particular area. Oh, it's too dangerous, we can't get in there. I've heard this many times, like EMTs won't go into a dangerous situation until that situation is secured. So if somebody's bleeding out on the pavement, the EMTs are 4 blocks away, but there's still gunfire or whatever going on, they're not going to go in there right away. So you can see there's a lot of instances if there's some type of mass civil unrest or some type of military control of an area, you can see where the individual citizens that are in that area are really going to have to take care of themselves. And that's sort of the whole point of this video here. Over the next few weeks leading up to the election, I'm pretty much, my radar is basically looking for something to go on, not necessarily just domestically, but also internationally. There could be cyber incidents, there could be different situations where other nation states could pop off certain things or take advantage of what is going on here in this country to cause problems in other places, Eastern Europe, the Pacific, take your pick. There's a bunch of different places around the world, Venezuela, the oil fields, the whole Middle Eastern thing, everybody's still sort of watching that. What a great time to shut down the Strait of Hormuz, stop oil flowing around the world. Cyber attacks on, fuel distribution, food distribution, cyber attacks on hospital networks. We've seen a lot of cyber attacks on hospital networks. Hospitals, too, or in general, if there is some type of civil unrest in an area, I can see where a hospital, like if there's a large medical center in some type of city where there is some type of large civil unrest going on, I can see where a hospital is basically going to become like a demilitarized zone. They are going to lock that thing down. And, that's for anybody that would need medical care during that or being transferred from another medical, institution like us out here in the rural areas transferred into the city because of some type of medical thing. I can see where some situation like that would take place, and it's going to degrade the ability of people to get medical care because of the civil unrest that is going on. And if the military is in control of an area, you can expect things like curfews. You can expect things like, pretty much when there's a martial law situation, the rights that we enjoy here in the West, those are pretty much put on hold. So, things like illegal searches and seizures. There's all kinds of different things that could sprout out of a martial law type situation, depending on what's going on. And it doesn't take much to hop on the internet now and to look at martial law as a whole and the different things that take place during that. But the curtailment of movement, the suspension of rights, the inability to get particular supplies, bad actors taking advantage of different situations like that to make the situation here worse. I can see where all these things could happen. I can foresee a situation where there could be some type of collapse in a financial market because what is going on. There's been different times already in my lifetime where trading on like the New York Stock Exchange has been suspended because of some type of event that took place like 9/11. There is just different things that have taken place that I have seen in other situations where I could see that could take place in, the next few weeks because of what's going on. And I want my, family, friends, subscribers, viewers to my channel to kind of look at all this stuff and look at your situation. What would I need if I couldn't really move around much for, let's say, like 30 days? And then on the flip side of the coin, what if, the things that I am used to and I am used to doing, what if that stuff is all curtailed? How would I handle that situation, both for my, my family, my friends, my neighborhood, but myself personally? I think people need to look at these things, leading up to this here. Hopefully, I'm just being overcautious. I'm doing the whole abundance of caution thing here by discussing this type of stuff. But I'd like people to look at those particular situations and how they would affect, your lifestyle. What would you need if there was some type of martial law situation in your area for like let's say 30 days. What if there was a curfew, you couldn't get out? How would that factor into how you would go to your job, or how would you go to medical appointments? Or if you had different things that you had to do, how would that affect when you're going out and about? Do you have enough medicine? Do you have enough fuel? Do you have a means to keep watch on your particular neighborhood, make sure things that are good to go? Have you integrated with your neighbors? All these things are things that I'd like people to think about here leading up to the first week in November. But anyway, I wanted to do this video here, kind of get everybody thinking about this type of situation and how they would handle that on their own personal level. But anyway, this is Modern Refugee. I appreciate all my subscribers out there. Hope you guys got a little information and a little entertainment out of this video here, and some things to think about and apply to your own situation. You guys take care.